1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure we can kill them here. Can discard both of these here. Okay, I've done a similar thing in the past. It's deja vu now against zombies. I literally have done a similar thing in the past against zombies with Hullbreaker Horror and Necro Duality. Nice. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of SparkDouble. Today is episode 8 and today's planeswalkers are going to be Niko and Mordenkainen. It's going to be in a Azorius control shell, of course in standard best of 1 with an average converted mana cost 3.5. We're going to have 4 creatures, 33 non-creatures and 25 lands total along with Jwari Disruption here. So Niko and Mordenkainen. I went through a small reanimator route with this card and I'm running 4 Hullbreaker Horrors because I like the idea of Hullbreaker Horror and the fact that it can't be blocked. So when you plus Niko on the Hullbreaker here, it won't be blocked necessarily, but it will return to your hand after it deals damage. So that's the idea here. We reanimate. We don't want to cast Hullbreaker Horror for 7 mana, so we reanimate it with Invoke Justice. We have a couple of discard spells here within You Find the Villain's Lair and Faithful Mending, and we try to control the game, wipe the board. We have Farewell, Doomscar here as well for that. We have Fateful Absence for Planeswalkers, 3 Marches here for manlands and early creatures. Also, if we don't find our Farewell, it could be pretty good against, or if we don't want to wipe out our Celestis by picking Artifact, we can just use our March here. For Consider, because Consider is amazing with Hullbreaker Horror, and Consider is amazing in the early game. It fixes your draw, it helps you find mana. It's literally like the ace card of the deck in my opinion. 2 Jwari Disruption, straightforward. You can play it as land, you can counter something here. 1 Test of Talents, mainly for Blood on the Snow and Invoke Despair, and also anything that might threaten our Hullbreaker Horror here. It's also a pretty good hold up for, for when you have a Hullbreaker Horror on the battlefield. For Mordenkainen here, 6 mana planeswalker, pretty slow to be honest, but the card can easily get up to 7 loyalty as soon as it hits the battlefield, which is pretty good. It dodges most creatures and it draws, and it provides card value basically, and it also can provide a blocker, which later on we can give non-block ability, I guess, with Niko and we can attack with it. The only thing is the token leaves the battlefield, but it's fine since Mordenkainen has a lot of loyalty. It can minus again, make another dog, right? The only thing about this list is the fact that we don't have a ton of card draw. We might with Mordenkainen if it gets out of hand. We might with the shards with Niko here, but Niko and Mordenkainen are 2 extremely slow planeswalkers, so you can't really cast them and just win the game that way. No, you have to control it and then cast them at very specific moments when you know that they won't die, and that if they survive a couple turns, it might be very, very good for you. We also have Celestis here to fix our mana and to kind of ramp us into our game plans here. It's pretty good with Invoke Despair as well. Invoke Justice here, because Invoke Justice, if we have a Celestis and it's turn 5, let's say, you can cast an Invoke Justice and hold up and Consider to get back a Hullbreaker Horror and just have something that can trigger to actually protect the Hullbreaker or bounce something or return a spell to their hand. So that's the idea here. And within the mana base here, we're playing towers, 3 towers. It comes in tapped, your hall comes in untapped, your deserted beach comes in untapped, and stuff like that, right? We're playing pathways, 1 Gates of its Fell, and then basics here with Iganjo and Ottawara as well. So yeah, it's very straightforward. This is not one of your very complicated control lists to play or very complex, but just like any other control list, sequencing is very, very important. Knowing what to do in specific moments can really be decisive for your game, right? And it can really judge how your game plan turns out. So you have to keep in mind what to cast, what to do. You can't really tap out when you have a Hullbreaker on the battlefield. If you're feeling risky, then you can, but there's a high possibility that if you're tapped, your Hullbreaker Horror gets removed, and now you cast an Invoke Justice on a horror that's going to end up getting removed. So you kind of need to even wait. You don't want to cast this on turn 5 and tap out. You want to cast this when you have actually extra mana. That's also why we have Celestis, so that at least you can hold up like a Mending, like a Talents, like a Jwari, an Absence. You can even hold up a March or a Consider with your Hullbreaker Horror and just either protect your Hullbreaker Horror, which is your game-ending creature, or bounce something to their hand. And same thing goes for your Planeswalkers. You can't really tap out with your Planeswalkers unless you have a lot of, unless they have like one creature and you have a lot of cards in hand. In the case of Mordenkainen here, you can make a dog that can protect the Planeswalker itself, but in case of Niko Heirs here, you need to have a pretty clear board to cast Niko Heirs, because you don't want it to die, but at the same time, we don't really mind if Niko dies, because we're already getting the shards off of it, right? Which is what's most important about this Planeswalker. And for Doomscar and Farewell here, very straightforward. Doomscar is like the ace card against aggro, and then Farewell here deals with like Anvil decks and like enchantment heavy decks or anything of the sorts, right? Even like our graveyard hate of choice here within only one card, which is very, very good. And you find the Villain's Lair is like a counter spell that also discards. It's like an extender for Faithful Mending that does other jobs, which is like to counter a spell. Also something that you can hold up with our Hullbreaker Horror or use to discard the Hullbreaker Horror, which is pretty good here. So yeah, that does it for the list. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm not going to say this is like a meta breaker or anything like that, but this deck can win games, and which is why I'm featuring it here, right? And the idea behind the list is to play another episode of SparkDouble and to utilize Niko Heirs and Mordenkainen here, because we barely see them anyway. So enjoy the gameplay. I want to thank each and every one of you for the continued support. Continue to do your thing, continue to interact with the channel. I'm happy to hear from each and every one of you. Also check out all the links down in the description. I know it can tend to be very boring to hear me say the same thing over and over in every video, but please understand that if I don't say it, people like forget about it, and like it's just good for me to remind people of just, you know, that there are many ways that you can support the channel. For example, there are many ways that, you know, you can be involved with the channel, and I would definitely love to hear from you and love to interact with you. Even if you just simply join the Discord, we communicate there every day. I communicate with my viewers. I also played with one of them the other days, which was pretty fun. Also, if you want any private coaching sessions, if you want to support the channel in any way, just head up to Discord, join the Patreon, become a member of the channel, and yeah, it'll be very, very greatly appreciated. And with that being said, enjoy the gameplay like I said, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay? Bye. Alright, let's see what we can do this game here. This is a very good hand. I think we're gonna have to play the Jwari, unfortunately. And that tells them that we're control, right? Yeah. Alright, so double. Okay, we need white, right? And since we've got nothing so far, just gonna foretell the Doomscar and pass here for now. Werewolf back leader. So we're playing against wolves, which is not a very good sign for us. Let's pass. We don't have double blue, which is a sort of an issue for this card here. Reckless Stormseeker. Okay. Targets itself. Okay. We don't want them to draw. I would have liked to use the Doomscar, but I don't want them to draw. And I don't want them to. Oh, we can't pass, huh? Alright. Werewolves are literally like our worst matchup. Okay. Because we can't pass against them. And, you know, when you're playing control, you'd want to pass. But it's okay. We've got a Doomscar. I'm probably going to discard the Hullbreaker Horror here. No, alright. Yeah, we're definitely discarding here. Discarding both of these. It's not a good thing, but we're not drawing lands. Sort of an issue here. Yeah, they're gonna exile one of the Hullbreakers here. Yeah, because it's a creature. Hopefully you can top deck a land here. Something at least. This is not looking good at all. Another pack leader. Just need one land off the top. A tap land. We can't be passing, that's the thing. We really can't. They still have 4 cards in hand. 4 cards. That's a lot. Alright. Has to be the Mordenkainen first. Let's create the dog. It's a 2-2. It's miserable. But we draw next turn. Are they flooding? Is that why they're sinking their mana like that? They have 6 cards in hand at the moment. Another ranger class. It seems like they are flooding here. Okay. Do we want to attack with this? I mean, sure. Alright.
Maintaining balance requires insight.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
This will be a new experience for both of us.
They can kill the Niko here, right? It's okay.
Ready to go.
That's pretty good. I really don't care about the Niko that much. If they decide to go after the Mordenkainen here, that's fine by me. Outland Liberator, okay. Okay. They're deciding here. I mean, yeah. They'd want to knock the Mordenkainen down as much as possible here. They probably have a combat trick as well. Oh, no? Okay. Okay. Sure. They can kill this Lestis, which is fine. Don't really care for it that much. We need to find a farewell.
The entire multiverse is my library.
All right. So we can reanimate a Hullbreaker Horror? Reckless Stormseeker. Yikes. Now that's a fetch off the top like that. Alright. Consider. Yeah, let's try our luck here. Okay. That's fine. Sure. Alright. We're gonna kill the Mordenkainen, which is okay. But I think that's game nonetheless.
This has stopped being worth my time.
Another mending, sure. Another Mordenkainen. Alright. Let's reanimate our Hullbreaker Horror. Sure. Let's uptick it because it can't attack. Okay. So they're not scooping so far, but we can give this so we can give it the thing where it can't block anymore, which is pretty good. Ava Bruck. Yikes. Alright. That's game. Alright, because it can't block and we can bounce it back to their hand, which is game. Nice. Alright. Huh. That's a mulligan for me, for sure. That has to be a mulligan. I was not about to reconstruct that hand, to be honest, but what do we keep from this? I think... we barely have removal in this hand, which is kind of awful, not gonna lie. So we keep the Invoke Justice back, I think. We don't really need it at the start of the game. Plus, I want to hold up the Joari Disruption as well. Okay. Sure. Let's play the untapped land here to hold up a Joari for a possibility of a Thalia or anything important on turn 2, like an Aspirant as well. Youthful Valkyrie. Sure. Okay. I really don't want to discard the Consider, but I'm gonna have to. We need the lands here. Plus, I think I'm gonna Joari like a Righteous Valkyrie. That's what I would want. An Aspirant. Can no longer Joari that. Sure. Alright. Skill the Aspirant. I'm hoping we can top deck an untapped land next turn. No, untapped land. Alright, so we... No untapped land. I mean, Joari is useless anymore, right? Let's just do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This also gets us close to like our top end, like our planeswalkers, everything. Come on, opponent. Oh. I don't know why that would hold up priority. Okay, so this is pretty good. You gain life, but we have to wipe the board next turn. Giada or Giada or whatever can't survive. Alright. Okay, so mono white angels. And the deck feels a little slow, to be honest. We do have a significant amount of draw here. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna Faithful Mend here in hopes of hitting a land here. We did, actually. So we're gonna discard this and possibly the March as well. It's definitely going to have to be the March here, to be honest. It's unfortunate, but it's for the greater good, right? I don't think we foretell the Doomscar. I think we... Or actually... We do foretell the Doomscar, so you can hold up Consider if we get back a Hullbreaker Horror, but I think... No, I think I want to hold up the Consider here. Our opponent is already super, like, you know, salty for a reason. Elspeth. That's very bad for us. Okay. Okay. That's actually very terrible for us, to be honest. Because it comes in with the shield counter as well. Whatever they find. Probably find the Righteous Valkyrie as well. Found a Giada. Yeah. Man. Alright. Let's just keep digging here. Farewell. Doomscar has to be the Doomscar here for me, I think. Play a blue source here. Hopefully we can find an Invoke Justice in time at least, or Fateful Absence to deal with the Elspeth here. But thankfully our Mordenkainen is really like bigger than all of their angels, so and Farewell has to be very good here for us as well. Harbinger is fine. Harbinger is okay. They put what, lifelink? It's still 4. Yeah, they put lifelink, but they won't make an angel, right? Because they're gonna gain only 3 life while the Harbinger needs 4. That's fine. You find the villain's lair. That's too late for that. Invoke Justice and the Test of Talents. Okay. Alright, so we're definitely going to Man, I wish that was in untapped land. I really do. They still have plenty of cards in hand, which is kind of a problem, and that's what happens when you're playing really slow here, or just sinking your mana into one thing only. They found the Fateful Absence, Sprying Overseer. That's okay. Next turn should be a very explosive turn for us. Also gonna hold up Test of Talents for any removal, which is pretty good. And put lifelink, I think. Maybe Vigilance. Put lifelink for sure. Alright, let's draw. Nope. Alright. We just need to resolve this. No! No. Okay, my bad. I misclicked. Kind of freaked out for a second because it keeps happening to me. A lot of times, actually. So that's fine. Hullbreaker should be pretty good here, but we need to support the Hullbreaker with a ton of draw, though. And man, get out of here with that. Alright. Turn target null permanent to its owner's hand. And if they have 3 Fateful Absences in hand, I'm gonna cry. Seriously. Yeah, but this only protects your creatures, though. Not really your Elspeth, so... Let's take a look at that hand. 2 Elspeth, Sigarda's Summon, and Dagiata. Nice. Alright, you're pretty much your standard Angels pile. That's okay. Alright. Let them attack. Sure. And these are pretty terrible, huh? But Niko is a nice draw. Let's see if they want to block. If they do want to block, that's pretty good. Okay. So what we're going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, let's go for 5. Done. And let's pass. They don't have removal anymore, it seems like. That's fine. I think their only removal was the Fateful Absence. At least that's what I've seen so far. Got a Righteous Valkyrie, sure. You can just bounce things over and over. I don't want a Farewell. It's gonna hurt us drastically here. Another land, 2 lands. Alright. Another land. Yikes. Oh wow, really? This has to be a joke. This though is pretty fine. Alright. We don't want to give the Hullbreaker Horror the thing here, so I think you play the Deserted Beach here. Fateful Mending. Turn the Righteous Valkyrie to their hand. It's a pretty good draw. And we discard both of these because I want to keep the Hull to attack with, right? Get rid of one of the Elspeths here. And we hold up our stuff here, which is pretty good. It's going to be a relatively long game, but not really. Once we play the Hull, and it's like a 2-turn clock. And we have a ton of interaction too. So we're playing Gyada, and then a Righteous Valkyrie. So what we do here is 1, 2. Return spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return the Valkyrie. Yeah. Pretty bad for them. They should have scooped a long time ago. We took out their removal and then... Okay, so they probably have something else. That's fine. Just bounce that to hand. Easy. Mordenkainen is a draw. Bounce it. Okay. Create a shard token. Let's keep drawing here. Fateful Absence is a very nice draw for me here. Put the land back and pass. Yeah, next turn it's game because we can bounce everything back to their hand here, which is pretty good. Sure. Just gonna resolve. I want to gain life, which I'm not going to allow to happen here. So what we do is we kill the Righteous Valkyrie. Turn this to hand. No life gain. We're just gonna kill them next turn here. It's Faithful Mend. Yeah, Hullbreaker is broken. Sure. And that's game. Nice. Played it very, very well, actually. Nice. Alright. Okay. Plenty to be done with this. Nice. So we drew a Hullbreaker here. Many, many tap lands. But there's a stick. Did you see that? Yeah. It's an obvious stick here, but it's fine. Our hand is pretty stacked, which is pretty good. Kessig Naturalist to play around the Jwari Disruption. Sure. Sure. Or to actually hold up the protection, right? They do have protection. Let's test that theory out. Nice. Okay. Let's get it out of their hand as fast as possible here. What's our game plan? I mean, we can play Niko here, but they attack us, right? Alright. And you have to remember, we can't really pass. Can't pass at all. That's a mana generator as well. Which is kind of a problem for us. So since we can't pass, we have to play our Jwari here. And we drew something to play, which is pretty good. So let's just... I think we get the Hull down though first. This way we don't really flip. They attack, they make some mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6. So they can cast a caretaker if they have a land here, and if they have the caretaker in hand, but they just let it pass. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's just discard our hull breaker here. What I'm going to do is, so 1 2 3 1 2 3, we can do that. See if they have protection. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay. Oh yikes. Alright. Let's just have him flipped here though. It's whatever. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Celestis is a fine draw here. Do we discard a planeswalker? I really want to discard a planeswalker here, but because they've got hasters, right? Let's discard a planes though. Can't justify discarding a planeswalker here. What we're trying to find here is a... Oh nice, so nothing. Okay, that's game. Easy. Alright. I hated that hand. How do you mull 2 hull breakers and open with 2? But I guess this is fine. I'm gonna put one back in the deck though. We're gonna play a blue source here and just pass. We need a land here badly. Now, are we gonna draw the land? Of course not. Of course not. Okay, let's try to find the land here. That's the most important thing. There's no, right? A counter spell is too slow here for me. Things are gonna get out of hand. Even Test of Talents is too slow, but they're playing Dimir and Snow. Yikes. Just foretell this. Very straightforward here. Alright. Archghoul is going to provide some value here. Okay. Zombies on the play. Okay, this buys us a ton of time, actually. Even if they draw, this buys us a ton of time here. Man, Niko is pretty good as well. Is it important getting Niko down? Not really. We do need the lands here, so I think... Okay, we foretell because they're going to swarm the board next turn as well. They have a lot of snow-covered islands, that's for sure. Which is pretty bad for them here. We do need to look for land. That's always our issue, huh? Okay, let's keep the Celestis, I guess. Let's not risk anything. Let's just play the Celestis. They might have a counter spell. Flip the switch. Oh my god. Okay. So we're losing badly. Okay. Please give me the land here. 1 2 3 4. Guess they might have removal. They have so many cards in hand. So many. Shambling Ghast. Okay. 2 Shambling Ghasts. Sure. Need to find our Hullbreaker Horror here. Hopefully it survives. Probably not. Probably do run a Grasp here or something. Another Necro Duality. That's going to really get out of hand. Holy. Back to back to back. Okay, but at least we can hold up some protection here for the Hullbreaker. Mordenkainen is actually pretty good as well. 1 2 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take out some of these tokens, right? Let's uptick. Okay, we're at a very low life point here, so it's pretty bad. We really need our farewell, which seems very hard to find. I get 2 priests. The priests are kind of troubling here, right? They're gonna go all in on the Niko here. Yeah. Might as well. We have to keep them ending here, right? We have to balance these priests here. Okay. Let's lead with the mending. Okay, they're gonna draw. I think we attack here, put them at a very threatening life points. And let's see what happens. They're legendary, right? Yeah, so it's very terrible here with Necro Duality. That's fine. Can we kill them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure we can kill them here. Can discard both of these here. Okay, I've done a similar thing in the past. It's deja vu now against zombies. I literally have done a similar thing in the past against zombies with Hullbreaker Horror and Necro Duality. Nice.